Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Romantic and Life, taking place here on Autumn Leaves. Life spawning as the blue Night Elf player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Romantic spawned as the red human on the top right. A little bit short on time today, so just trying to get a game in. And I wanted to specifically see see a Night Elf game and a Night Elf versus a different race. And this just ticked all the boxes for me. It should be a interesting game. I actually didn't preview it. I didn't have my replay viewer suggest the game to me, but well, some of the replays didn't work due to patch issues, and I chose this myself. So yeah, let's go about it a little bit slower and break things down. The reason why I really wanted to see a Night Elf game again is because of the change in armor and damage, especially specifically for Night Elf players. Night Elf players, as everyone knows, when you are creeping early on, you're going to be creeping with archers. So essentially, archers now don't do full damage to the majority of green creep camps. You see this is a 10% reduction. Medium armor is also the same thing, reduced damage from piercing as well. So I'm curious, how does that affect Night Elf in the early stages during creeping? And also, is it going to change the fact that a lot of players really valued that Forest Troll Berserker early on and that Forest Troll High Priest early on because, well, they did good piercing damage. With a lot of the units now having heavy armor straight out of the gate and being able to well, take reduced damage, that is in fact a very big deal. Let's go ahead, come back around here. We're gonna go see, well, the Ancient of War gonna try and take down this Forest Troll Berserker. The Demon Hunter should be coming around, gonna get that final hit off there, and well, the Ancient of War doing its absolute best to only hit the normal armor first, allowing the archer to perhaps get that last hit. Now switching that target there, some great micro there by Life as the Demon Hunter turns on Immolation, and here you can see the Immolation working extremely effectively, going after 3 targets at once. That Immolation, that damage over time, incredibly important, picking up a Gauntlets of Overstrength +3, and now simply walking away, toggling that Immolation off, not bothering with this level 3 giant warrior. Militia, we're called to arms and now gonna go set up this expansion here in this forward location. This is a little bit of a risky maneuver, and it looks as though, well, oh, I don't know if Life actually didn't see or not. I don't think the time of day actually shifted, so how was it not spotted? That's a question. Another thing here is Romantic doesn't have level 2 yet. Alright, so Romantic does not have level 2. That means that it's not going to have Brilliance Aura, which obviously means that there's not going to be as many water elementals. This is a little bit of a strange conundrum or a strange situation, as the Archmage normally tries to get to level 2 as quickly as possible. I would have thought also that this creep camp, is it a 533? It is a 533, does not give the Archmage level 2 just by clearing itself. So the classic 533 creep camp, as Life now setting up an expansion of his own. Alright. With that expansion of his own, the Tree of Life, however, does not have any armor, takes full damage from everything. The most important part is that, well, with 0 armor, right, there's no reduction at all. So you're going to see this Tree of Life most likely get cancelled. A new water elemental going to get summoned up here to try and put pressure onto these units. And the archers trying to focus down and take down those footmen. One footman actually runs across the path. It may take an additional 2 hits to finish off, 1 more hit to finish off, and is it going to get stuck? No, it is not. Well, Boots of Speed allowing that Demon Hunter to quickly chase down that unit. No tech to tier 2, obviously, as the expansion was already up. We are teching the tier 2 now by Life. He is pivoting into perhaps Ancients of Lore and Dryads here. And I am curious Are the Dryads going to be as powerful when they come straight out of the gate as we're looking at? Well, there is life picking up that Forest Troll Berserker and Forest Troll Shadow Priest that I mentioned. Demon Hunter does have full mana. Well, Romantic does not have any, or still sitting at level 1 after all this time. This is going to be a bit of a dangerous proposition, as the Archmage, you can see, and has to really manage his mana very well. All right, there's Immolation turning on right there. That's a lot of ranged attack. Even with the reduction, you don't want all that to go away there, as we're going to look at the Footman try to hide in on the inside. Archmage is going to try to retreat back here, but Romantic is in some serious trouble. Doesn't have an Arcane Vault, and now that outside farm is taking a little bit of damage. All right, are we going to see a reveal or anything of that nature now, as the Demon Hunter perhaps... Is there that? There is a laboratory. There is a Wisp right there. And now the Wisp, well, did call in that reveal, as the Archmage, or the AM, now trying to get away. There's one Arcane Tower and one Arcane Tower only. Arcane Vault 20 seconds away from being done. Militia Footman trying to, well, move positions again, and Romantic wants this game to go long. All right, what is he going to buy? Buys a Staff of Teleportation. Is he going to be able to get home? That is still the question now, and how much damage is he going to take? All right, poor Militia trying to retreat back here. Are we going to see some damage? No, this Militia trying to retreat back home. Archmage drops a Water Elemental and, well, tries to put pressure onto this Tree of Life again. She should just be teleporting back home now. No real reason to be here. He's just taking damage. Going to go ahead, get some damage back onto that Tree of Life. Make sure that there is no expansion anywhere, as the archers are getting in free shots onto those run-by footmen. All right, there's a quick detonation. This Water Elemental will get taken down. More militia, or more peasants, or excuse me, footmen now making their way over. Demon Hunter draining a lot of mana, but the Naga Sea Witch is now out here on the battlefield. This could translate into a bunch of dead footmen here if the Naga Sea Witch plays this right. There's going to be a cold arrow shot, trying to get one, and perhaps transfer the Boots of Speed to the Naga Sea Witch, try to take down more of those units, as the Archmage is now back at home, using up a, well, Clarity Potion, but needs to really heal up all of these other units as well. All right, finally going to get to level 2 sometime after the 7-minute mark. This is not normal whatsoever. Meanwhile, all of these footmen down south here, they're going to get cleaned up, and life seems to be in a great spot. All right, I think this may be just too much to try and overcome. Low hit point, footman down to 15 hit points. He's going to go ahead, back away, and Scroll of Regeneration online now. Wait for it. No, waiting for more units? All right, I'm not quite sure what he was waiting for. Every second matters, and waiting for one more additional footman there to get part of that healing party going.
Forces are under attack.
Blacksmith has been started. Tech to tier 2 has been done. Blood Mage as the follow-up hero to, well, combat any mana burn strategies that life may try to present. All right, Demon Hunter clears this up here. Are we going to be looking at a Tree of Life? Yes, Tree of Life slowly making its way over, and will be able to entangle this gold mine 8 minutes in. All right. Archmage clears up that Orc Grunt that was left behind by life here. But still, the name of the game is experience and hero levels right now. The Archmage is only at 2.5. Should be able to get to 3 pretty quickly, but once that Blood Mage pops out onto the battlefield, it's actually going to take away some of that precious experience away from the Archmage. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. The creep camp's going to get cleared up first. Footman also with the Fen, able to reflect back quite a bit of damage. One low hit point archer, well, gets denied. Level 3 now on the Demon Hunter, and a True Shot aura on the Demon Hunter as well. That may be given to the Naga Sea Witch eventually. Staff of Teleportation outbound. Meanwhile, Naga Sea Witch, well, looking to clear up this Sasquatch creep camp. A little bit of bonus damage for that True Shot aura. Fireball through the trees. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, and all of these Berserkers trying to take down this Ancient of War. So, yeah, damage reduction. Taking reduced damage, always important there. All right, Archmage looking to, well, perhaps do some damage onto the... It doesn't feel like Romantic has a clear plan right now. He is at tier 2. He is going for priests, sorceresses, and then spellbreakers. The army is going to be mainly dryads and archers right now, and we are going into tier 3, and we should be looking at those druids of the claw starting to be trained up. I don't know if Romantic has the right composition of units, especially with riflemen not being as strong either. All right, Nolo Rissi are going to get taken down. There's level 2 on the Blood Mage. Potion of Greater Healing picked up. Enforcer easily going to get finished off here. Priest making sure to make keep those low hit point footmen with enough health to not get felled here. And where is the Archmage again? Looking for the Archmage. AM? All right, off over here. All right. So AM hiding off in this position, does have a Scroll of Healing. Looks as though more units will be making their way over. Priests do not have Adept training yet. We are looking at Adept training for both the Sorceresses and the Priest here in just a moment. And the Blood Mage, Archmage, all right, gonna go ahead and drop a Water Elemental. And here we are finishing off this brief camp here. It looks like we could get to level 3 on the Archmage. Transferring of items, perhaps some survivability items, Potion of Greater Healing on the Blood Mage, Scroll of Regeneration also being used, another Scroll of Healing on the Archmage as well. So being able to heal up all of the units nicely, since this is a rather wide army of mainly 2 and 3 supply units. Druids of the Claw retreating back, Dryads, Archers also falling back as well. No mortar teams, no workshop yet, which is normally what I would expect to see at this stage in the game, perhaps trying to deal with some of those Dryads as we are getting a lot of repairs here. All right, a lot of damage. Demon Hunter, Fork Lightning coming back across. Siphon mana. We're trying to drain the mana off of the Demon Hunter to stop that immolation. Immolation has come to an end, and there's a roar now. There's a couple of Spellbreakers. They're going to steal some of that damage bonus as both sides are fighting through. Blood Mage illusion quickly gets taken down. There's a couple of dispels, more Siphon mana. Nagasiwa trying to break the link and will be able to do exactly that. There is a Staff of Preservation, and teleporting and saving a unit there. Both sides continuing the fight here. Rejuvenation onto a Druid of the Claw, and we still see more Scrolls of Healing. Blood Mage and Archmage have both used up those Scrolls of Healing, but look at how full on life all of the Romantic units are until they get Focus Fire. All right, a bunch of low hit points with the Claw. Need to back out from this fight here. Orb of Venom also making a strong play. Level 3 now on the Blood Mage, perhaps going to drain more mana from other targets here as the Demon Hunter, or the Blood Node. Who's about to level up with the Nagasiwich? Nagasiwich about to level up here as units are still going back around. All right, there's level 4 now on the Nagasiwich. There's that roar. Units are trying to retreat back, and well, we are looking at 66 supply compared to 69. But look, these Druids of the Claw being forced to fall back out of this fight as the Demon Hunter could be in trouble. Demon Hunter, Staff of Preservation saved. And now we're looking at Romantic perhaps setting up a couple of towers here. No time for Ivory Towers. Archmage perhaps going to try and pick up dual Scrolls of Healing again. Does have 400 some odd gold. And does he pick up, yes, dual Scrolls of Healing and still holding onto that Potion of Greater Healing. These towers represent a clear and present danger to life as they are constructed and upgraded. 45 seconds until they are done. Timing is going to be key. These Druids of the Claw want to be ready and in combat ready here in just a moment. Needs to get another rejuvenation off on that Druid of the Claw there, and then on that Druid of the Claw. Come on, go for that one. Blood Mage not looking to fall back. Are we going to be looking at some Blizzard? No, we are not. There's some Siphon mana with Demon Hunter losing a lot of that mana already. And we're looking at the Arcane Towers. Guard Towers still needing about 18 more seconds. There's a Scroll of Healing. There's a little bit more repair. Well, there's another Staff of Preservation. Blood Mage still falling back here. There's a Banish onto the Demon Hunter. There's Fork Lightning trying to keep those towers up as the Scout Tower is holding steady at 100 hit points. Is it going to be up in time? And it looks like it was canceled at the last possible moment. No experience given, but one Guard Tower is up now. All right, one Guard Tower, constant piercing damage. Remember, piercing damage has been reduced overall as the Archmage now trying to fall back here. All right, trying to get in a little bit of distance between the two. The scrolls of healing were used. Archmage going to go back around, try and throw down more damage again, but it seems as though the Druids of the Claw were able to regenerate more than enough hit points to stick around in this fight. A couple of Staff of Preservations, meaning all of that focus fire amounts to nothing, as that unit is just going to get teleported back home, transformed back into its more fighting or mana self, as the Archmage, wow, Invul Potion, Scroll of Town Portal, able to dodge a little bit of damage, but some trailing damage still done. This guard tower here, not close enough to anything to hit, and now gonna fall back. We are nearly 15 minutes into this game. 71 supply compared to 65. These poor peasants need to retreat away. That tower not close enough to hit anything, as we're looking and waiting to see what the follow-up play will be. Now, all right, Priest don't really seem to have that much mana. A Scroll of Regeneration is needed, otherwise those Priests are gonna run out of mana in that next battle, with only 3 of them, all 3 below 50 mana. On top of that, well, the hero, the damage, 0/0 upgrade on the Dryad, and those Druids of the Claw. Riflemen do have 2/0 upgrades, and ready to venture forth. Blood Mage looking to top out on mana again. I'm going to siphon mana from that Kobold Geomancer. Could perhaps try and give it to a low mana Priest if he really wanted to, but no. It looks like the Kobold Geomancers are just going to get taken down, as the Blood Mage now gets to level 4. Alright, Life able to pick up Kagar's Pipe of Insight. That is a blessing for all of those Druids of the Claw who normally have really poor mana regeneration while in that, in that bear animal form. Having Druid of the Claws, or having a Brilliance Aura ensures that when that Druid of the Claw gets stabbed, a preservation back home, he will have mana, and he will be able to transform back out, heal, and then get back into that fight quickly. A little bit of flanking on both sides here. Archmage, a level 4 going up against a level 5, level 4. Naga Sea Witch nearly on the cusp of level 5. There's a Siphon mana. Blood Mage quickly trying to retreat back. Who's going to get that experience? There's a retrain in the Blizzard, and you can see all that damage getting racked up, but that Archmage was stationary for a small while. Demon Hunter trying to come back across here. Are we going to see some more Banish? There's some more Druid of the Claw Roar, as the Militia now trying to come in and flank from the side. Invul Potion on the Blood Mage, and there is that Blizzard raining down, getting waves and waves of damage. And now level 5 now on the Naga Sea Witch, meaning level 3 Fork Lightning. Blood Mage could be in trouble. Are we going to see a Scroll of Healing? Yes, we do, pretty much immediately, as we see more Siphon mana again. There's a Potion of Healing right there, and now we see a Banish on to the Demon Hunter, who's temporarily out of the fight. Are we going to see some more finishing off of the Druid of the Claw? Yes, we are. More Fork Lightning pressing all of those casters into that back line. No, there is still a Scroll of Healing, though, as we see more Blizzard still raining down again and again. Spellbreaker going to get taken down here. Casters trying to regroup up along the backside as the Archmage gets into position. Demon Hunter, well, down to 350 hit points. He's going to get pressured a little bit. Druid of the Claw also getting pressured as well. Both sides going back to their respective corners again. 67 supply compared to 77. Life with the supply and hero level advantage. But with Romantics retrain into Blizzard, is that perhaps enough to do a bit there? There's a little bit of Siphon mana again. Cloak of Shadows units trying to fall back. Blood Mage could be in trouble, down to 200 hit points. We need to see some big heals. And, well, are we going to see some more Banish? Yes, we are. More Naga Sea Witch. There's a Roar again, and Demon Hunter trying to make its way back over as the Blood Mage tries to fall back again. Archmage says, you know what, if you're going to keep on chasing me, I will just rain down wave and wave of Blizzard onto all of your Druids of the Claw, and then that is going to cause problems. All right, more damage there. Archmage down to 74 mana, unable to cast any more Blizzard for now as he tries to fall back. It looks like the Druids of the Claw are right there. We're looking at more damage. Archmage could be in trouble, down to 9 hit points, down to 5 hit points, and holding steady at 2, even with the Orb of Venom. Going to buy a Potion of Healing, perhaps even needed a Potion of Regeneration as well. There's that Potion of Healing, as we see a Blizzard now trained down. Archmage is somehow stationary, sub 300 or barely at 300 hit points, and was able to cast a Blizzard, not worrying about the potential onslaught of damage. Demon Hunter, well, another heal there. both sides fighting Archmage in a good position to be able to stand stationary as the Naga Sea Witch doing a tactical retreat. I wouldn't say that he was losing that fight, but didn't really need to continue to push that fight as much either. We were starting to reach a breaking point. All of those Druids of the Claw should have been, well, back in their Druid form, perhaps to try and regenerate some hit points. Naga Sea Witch, Dust of Appearance here. Well, Druid of the Claws all need a bit more mana, but that is going to buy time for these guard towers to upgrade. Main gold mines. Decent amount of mining, or a minute and a half of mining left. We're looking at Spellbreaker trying to finish down the Tree of Life here. You're just going to go ahead and fall back. There's a Siphon Mana. Demon Hunter with Boots of Speed chasing after those targets. Guard towers are in position. And, well, trying to just run by units, run by towers that are firing at your opponent. You know, a classic tower defense game here. You're just baiting them into this position. Blood Mage, Invul Potion down to 100 some odd hit points. As we're looking to fall back again, there's a Scout Tower. That's quickly going to get canceled again. As we're looking at the Dryad starting to get poked apart here. Perhaps that is going to be the play. Use the guard towers to poke the Dryad. Meanwhile, one bear, two bears already down, with perhaps 3 or 4 about to get taken down as well. Archmage, however, out of mana, and that is a major setback here as we're looking at a Druid of the Claw going to get taken down. Level 6 on the Demon Hunter, level 6 on the Naga Sea Witch, and life outlasts Romantic. That early on hero level advantage, too much to overcome as life outlasts Romantic here on Autumn Leaves. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.